All right, guys, this is a presentation of the Hanneman's size principle, where we talked about the principle itself as well as the muscle fibers and their properties. So as you can see in this graph, we have our fast fatigable muscle fibers, and then we have our fast fatigue resistance, and then our slow muscle fibers. And on the very right of the graph here, we have the fast fatigable muscle fibers contracting for a few minutes, and then as time goes on, there is a variable drop in the activation of these muscle fibers. In comparison to the fast fatigue resistant fibers, which can go on for a few minutes. And then all the way down here, we have the slow muscle fibers. And as you can see, although they're not generating a high power output, they can go on for a very long time. All right, so just to kind of repeat what I said, we have the slow oxidative muscle fibers. These are the muscle fibers that produce contractions over long periods. Some examples of where these muscle fibers may be found would be the soleus as well as the vastus intermedius. And then we have our fast oxidative muscle fibers, which are kind of like in between the slow oxidative and the fast glycolytic muscle fibers. The fast glycolytic muscle fibers are or produce powerful contraction used for hypertrophy, as well as any sort of high power output activities like Olympic weightlifting and or like heavy squats, heavy deadlifts, that type of stuff. Let's see. On our next slide here, we have a graph where we have the characteristics of a muscle fibers, and then we have type 1 here, type 2A, and then type 2X. These would be the fast twitch fibers. These would be the slow twitch fibers. And then in between that, we have the fast fatigue resistant muscle fibers. And we don't want to worry too much about the physiological content of the fiber. We just kind of want to focus a little bit more on the neuron size and the conduction velocity, as well as the speed. All right, last but not least, we have the Hanneman's size principle. And this principle pretty much just says that the order in which any motor unit is activated depends on the size of the neuron itself. And as more force is needed, more units are recruited in a precise order according to the magnitude of their force output. So the smallest neurons are recruited first, and then as we go on, and we transform our activities into something of a more higher impact, then obviously we recruit the fast twitch muscle fibers.